Curious about Shakespearean love? Today we're discussing film history and justice, but Saving Private Ryan still shines, voted by viewers over 1 million times into IMDb's top 250. Let's take a look at the film that had all the WW2 veterans standing up. Apocalypse Now and Saving Private Ryan. It's 1944 on the northern coast of France, at Omaha Beach. When the first bullet pierced the helmet, the waves seemed to cry out. No heroic filter here, just dismembered limbs bobbing around in murky water. A 19-year-old rookie holds his spilling guts, screams for mom, and the so-called Normandy landings turn out to be a horror show, just tossing 20,000 young bodies into a meat grinder. Omaha Beach turned red with the snow. Countless young lives fell here, becoming called names. These metal tags were sent back home with condolences, but 3 names stood out like a neon sign. All of them shared the last name Ryan. 3 brothers have perished, leaving only the youngest, James Ryan, airborne and mission gun missing. Now, unknown if alive, imagine his mother's feelings on getting the news today. When that military truck rolled up to her front door, she could almost taste the awful premonition. She instantly crumpled to the ground, and rumor has it the army chief instantly asked about the 4th Ryan when he heard the news. This guy went off track during the drop, deep in enemy territory. Probably just hanging out with the angels. Finding someone in chaos is like searching for a needle in a haystack. The rescue team crosses enemy lines, a wild ride. Chief didn't say a word, just pulled out a letter, one that a president wrote to a grieving mother during the Civil War. But deep down, everyone knows that won't bring any comfort to someone who just lost 5 kids. To stop this from happening again, the chief made the call: the kids must live. We need to go rescue them, get them back home. 3 days later, just back from the jaws of Omaha, John Miller got handed the mission. Miller set out with 7 elites in tow, plus 1 new translator with 0 combat experience. Everyone was asking, why the heck are 8 of us risking it all just to save 1 guy? Is it just because of poor Ryan's mom? Don't all of us have mothers? If they die, wouldn't their moms feel heartache too? Miller couldn't explain much, he just coolly said, because orders are orders and soldiers must obey. But that didn't really convince anyone, did it? 8 people just to save 1? That sounds like wasting military resources, and dark clouds were rolling in. Miller and crew ventured in, hearing sounds ahead. Honda. War zone. What? They confirmed with the code, thinking it was rescue. Miller, no, just looking. No one knew Ryan. Their unit was blocked by Germans, and the rest were on the other side, but maybe he's there. Miller could only lead the charge to break through, during which someone asked where he was from, and nobody had a clue since Miller never talks about home. Even the guys in the squad were betting, trying to guess where Miller was from, and the prize pot had already hit $300. Soon, the squad stumbled upon a distressed family. The father begged them to take his kid to safety, but Miller wasn't having it. Letting a child tag along would just spell trouble, but Carpozzo, all about family, went against Miller, and boy, did a spat ensue. Just then, a bullet hit Carpozzo, and he crumpled to the ground. Everyone scrambled for cover. Everyone rushed to him, but Carpozzo was gone. All that was left was a blood-stained letter meant for his father. With no sign of the Germans yet, the squad had no time to mourn, and they pressed on, cautiously moving through a dilapidated building. Just when one soldier was about to sit down, bam! A wall collapsed, and there were enemies everywhere. Instantly, a standoff ensued, and then bam! A crossfire erupted, cleaning house on the other side. Turns out it was some Allied troops from above saving them, and guess who they were? Exactly the comrades Ryan hung out with. Miller and his squad headed to the base, and lo and behold, there really was a James Ryan here. When he heard his brothers were dead, Ryan broke down, only to find out it was just a case of mistaken identity. So the mission goes on. Luckily, they found a wounded soldier who had worked with Ryan. He learned that they had no fixed landing zone and everyone gathered here, so no one really knew where Ryan was. He could give a rough idea. The squad was dead tired and took a breather for now, as they were in for a long night. They decided to rest until nightfall, but that evening, Miller's hands were shaking like maracas. He talked about his fallen comrades, including Carpozzo, and had lost 94 brothers trying to brainwash himself. Sacrifice 1 to save 10-fold, perhaps even 20-fold of lives. At that moment, one squad mate was trying to pry info from Miller about where he was from. When Miller learned the bet was up to $310, he said he'd spill the beans when it hits $500. His buddy suggested waiting for a grand, but Miller thought he might not even see that day. $500 will do. Amid laughs, they felt an unexplainable sense of tragedy looming. The next day, Miller and the squad arrived at the rendezvous point for scattered soldiers. It was filled with the wounded, but no signs of Ryan anywhere. So they rummaged through some tags looking for any clue about Ryan, turning it into a game of who can find him first. The passing soldiers raised eyebrows because those cold tags once represented the lives of their fallen comrades. Medic Wade noticed something off first and called for everyone else to join in searching for Ryan. If you enjoyed this segment and found it truly valuable, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.